What does your Uncle Shala always tell you? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today the Bronx has stepped up to show that they are indeed still one of the craziest places in America. But this is an issue that's affecting people all across the country, though. That issue is...
I'm just gonna call my other nigga. What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Breesh, back at it again with another video. Today's gonna be story time. So the lesson in this story is to always be aware of your surroundings. It's not even a joke, bro. Because it's not even like I'm trying to be funny. I'm from Brooklyn. There's no real reason why I have ever needed to go to the Bronx.
Look, we from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn.
Except for the situation. So basically, the most recent job I was working as an independent contractor. At times it required me to do field work, which was cool because I didn't mind like having to like physically go in, because it made me feel more productive than like staying home and like having to regulate myself. You could say I was a type of delivery person. At first, the management that I was working with, we had cars. So we had drivers that would take us from place to place, wait outside for us. I'd go to one location, get what I need to get done, and then be off to the next location. So then things changed. Yeah, I was like something. There was new management, and under this new management, we didn't have drivers anymore. And the deliveries that we were doing were some weight, you know what I'm saying? So when they switched and we no longer had drivers, they were now asking us to do these deliveries on public transportation all over New York City, so the 5 boroughs.
Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee. And I was going to get employee of the month, and that's on period. So yeah, but that's not who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just that's what it needed to be.
So the first day, people are quitting, and I come in one day and I get this list of like deliveries for locations that are what look like to me Upper Manhattan, but it's the Bronx. Like, I'm not even kept here. I wasn't even pressed because I'm gonna have to be taking public transportation for like an hour, 2 hours, which is also included in my day. I'm getting paid for all of that time, so I was just like, okay, you know, like I'm adaptable or whatever. Wrong. It's my first day doing these deliveries. I suit up, you know what I'm saying? I had my book bag, I was good to go. I left around 10:30. I ended up in the Bronx at a train station. I was waiting for a transfer, so I was about to get off at this train station to then transfer to another train for another 4 to 5 stops. I got off the train. It was like 11:15, 11:20. It was during the pandemic, so you know it's already less crowded and less busy as usual. Then too, it was during a time of the day where it wasn't like a rush. We had passed the morning rush and it hadn't yet reached that noon lunch rush. So it was the train station was pretty empty. I got off the train and I'm waiting for my transfer, which I think at the time said like 5 minutes away. Listening to my music, got my AirPods in. Hands in my pocket with my phone, mask on, in the height of the pandemic. All of a sudden, there's this man, tall figure, that approaches to the side of me and begins speaking to me. And as I said, I had AirPods in. I didn't move, like I didn't like budge at all, but because my hands were in my pocket with my phone, I was able to turn the volume down on my music. And at first it sounded like, you know, normal, like he was trying to talk to me, except like, he wasn't really talking like directly. Like it sounded like he was like talking low. And then let's also remember masks. I hated speaking, trying to talk to people with a mask on, because I don't understand what you're saying, sir. Neither am I trying to communicate with you, because we're supposed to be social distancing, and I can't understand why you're so close to me. So I'm immediately like, you know, trying to like distance myself and like, you know, excuse me, like, why are you so close to me? But I'm speaking, and I said I also have a mask on. He's telling me, he's like, oh, take your mask off, take your mask off. I'm like, it's probably one time I felt like the mask was almost like a protective barrier, for real, not even against a virus. It was just like my personal space. The man continued to like try to speak to me. At this point, I'm walking away because I'm trying to back up and he continues to get closer to me. So I began walking away. Where I got off the train, I was at this side of the platform. I had reached the entire other side of the platform, and this man is still next to me. So I'm like, so now you're following me. So I start to get anxious because when I start to pre my surroundings, I'm like, bro, there's nobody in this train station. There was another platform across the tracks, so I could see maybe 1 or 2 people spread out on the entire other platform way across from where I am, but they're like nowhere in reach of me. Neither are they probably like looking, you know, at me or whatever, or in my direction, because they're on the complete other side. So I'm getting anxious because I'm like, bro, why is this man following me? At first I was trying to act like I couldn't hear him or whatever, but clearly I could hear this thing. I'm walking away from him, and in his movement and his like speech, I could tell that he wasn't all the way there. Clearly he wasn't all the way there because you're following someone that is clearly not interested. But aside from that, just in his like presence, I could tell that he was off. So, as I said, I had walked to the entire other side of the platform. At this point now, I'm walking back in the other direction because I feel cornered again. And the staircase of this train station was located in the middle. So, I'm now standing at the middle of the staircase. I'm taking my phone in my pocket at this point, contemplating, should I call someone? Should I call my brother? Should I call my dad? Should I call the police? Also looking at my train. Where's my train? At this point, I think it had said it was like 2 minutes away. And I'm like, wow, this is like the longest 2 minutes of my life. I'm now at the middle of the platform because I'm considering going up the stairs to where I believe there's a window. I'd never been in this train station because I don't come to the Bronx. So I'm not familiar with the exits and like where the windows and the desk are in this train station like I would be in Brooklyn or Manhattan. But just off my, you know, intuition and my sensory skills, I'm like, there's more than likely a window up this large staircase. I'm like, yo, should I try to like look it up these steps? Because like I feel mad comfortable or whatever. As I'm there in that moment of contemplation and I'm like standing by the railing of the staircase and I put like one foot now on a step to kind of like, you know, begin moving upwards, this weird motherfucker. I also told you guys I had a book bag on, so this man grabs the, damn, I should maybe get the book bag to show you. I'm gonna just use this. So, you have this part here. This man grabs with one hand the side of the bag that is, should I know, very much so tightened to me because the devices I was carrying was kind of heavy, so you know, I need a grip, small. Grabs the strap of the bag as well as the interior back part of my leg and pulls me down. My heart stopped. I was like, I want to say like things moved in slow motion at the same time, because then in my head I'm like, yo, this dude really just like grabbed me. So like now it's like full like, oh, I gotta like get out of here mode.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So like I run to like the other side of like the platform through the other, like there was like 2 middle spots on the other side because I seen a train coming so I could go catch it or whatever, because like immediately as he grabbed me and I lost my balance because I'm small, the devices were heavy, and I didn't fall, but like I almost did. Like the only reason I didn't fall is because like I wasn't higher on the steps. I was only like literally 1 step up. So I ran. I got on the train that was going in the opposite direction of where I was supposed to be going, and I just hopped on that train. Immediately as like the train came and there were people there, I felt more secure because I was like, ooh. And I got on the train and I could see him as the train doors closed. I'm looking at the train. I could just see him like staring at me through the windows. I was like, oh no, this motherfucker's crazy. I was like, this is crazy. So now I get off at the next stop of the wrong direction I'm supposed to be going in. Now I'm just, at this point I'm lost. I'm lost and I'm in the Bronx and I'm not comfortable at this point because I feel like, yo, like, shit they be saying is true. I called my mom, I called my best friend, and when I got out of the train station, I called my boss. I told him what happened, and he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm just glad you're safe, da 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 da. I continued to work for the rest of the day, even though I was like shook. And when I came back, I let them know immediately, you know, I am not comfortable doing these public transportation deliveries. Like that no, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't feel safe. Much less the fact, this man didn't even know what I had in my bag, but I had thousands of dollars worth of equipment in my bag. So that's like, there's so many things that could have gone wrong, aside from the fact that just me, I'm vulnerable in situations like that. I expressed how I felt. Why come in 2 days later and these give me a list of delivery locations that were in the Bronx and Harlem, and I quit.
I don't know, I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
But don't you think any job interview...
It's not that I didn't want to help, you know, but not in a situation that I felt compromised my own safety. That's not worth any paycheck or job or like whatever. No, like, because you should always quit if, like, you know, something like that happens and you don't feel safe and you don't feel protected and you feel like they don't care, because I feel like they really didn't care. Like, I'm not gonna say there are other people that could have done it, but there's other people. Anyways, I just want to end this video by saying to always be aware of your surroundings. Damn, this is like, I don't want it to be a sad ending. So they be making jokes about like the Bronx and like Florida, but this is really not funny, like, because that was my first time going to the Bronx and that was a traumatic experience that don't ever make me want to go to the Bronx again. And I don't think there's a real Brooklyn Bronx beef, because I do respect the Bronx for, you know, all the history and the music. I know what came out of the Bronx, but today, there's nothing there for me. There's no reason I need to go to the Bronx. But if you guys still watching, I want to thank you for staying tuned. Make sure that you like, leave a comment. You know, you should be subscribed by now. You know, we're building the subscribers. You know, I'm trying to be consistent here. Yeah, comment some ideas of like videos I should make, or like things that are, you know, interesting to talk about. Yeah, stay tuned.